Hi, this is Gil Cargill. Thanks so much for your interest in our AI-powered sales development representatives. An AI SDR is a computer system that we've developed that utilizes artificial intelligence to execute many, if not most, of the sales development tasks assigned to human beings in your organization. As you're going to learn, we can make 10,000 cold calls in one day. Our AI androids or bots or robots, whatever you'd like to use to identify them, will call prospects, qualify prospects, conduct English conversations with those prospects, or I should say up to 95 other languages, and put those prospects into your funnel or your pipeline utilizing your rules of qualification. Indeed, this is the next era of business, and it's here today, and you can, and indeed, I think you should, take advantage of it. Mark Cuban agrees with me. If you don't know AI, you're going to fail, period. End of story. That's Mark Cuban's line on that. Now, as far as my background goes, I've spent the last 50 years of my life working with over 7,000 business-to-business sales forces to help them achieve dramatic improvements in profits. The book that I wrote is featured on your screen, and I show entrepreneurs and small to medium business owners how to literally double their profits within 7 to 12 months. And we accomplish that by improving the sales process. My focus on the process has enabled me to be honored by many magazines and many industry awards because our average clients generate 30 to 36% top line increases just by fixing the process. Now, I have to admit, the problem with traditional sales training, coaching, and consulting is essentially you're asking employees to work harder. And I use that term deliberately because they feel like they're working harder as they change. AI and AI SDRs is the first implementation of technology that does the work for your sales team. Let me repeat that. Our AI SDRs do the work for your team. There's no training involved for your team to benefit from an AI SDR. There's no change required by your team except to fulfill more appointments which our AI SDRs will literally put into the calendars of your salespeople. Local businesses benefit tremendously from the implementation of our AI SDRs. For instance, we have a small caterer here in Los Angeles that went out to serve one of his clients, and while he was gone, his phone rang. Our AI answered the call. Our AI conducted a dialogue with his prospect. The AI had been trained to present the menu of items and the prices and the dates and availability for the caterer. The AI was able to negotiate a transaction, book a date, put it into my client's calendar and into his client's calendar, and charge the client's credit card. So when my client got back from the original engagement, he had a new client and money in his bank. That's just one example of what AI can and will do for companies. We work with our clients to implement AI SDRs that are customized to the unique needs and unique value propositions that you offer. But without AI, you're burdened with waiting for customers to call you. We all intend to stay in touch with our existing customers, but sometimes we just can't get around to it. Consequently, customers feel like they're being treated identically. We all intend to follow up on leads, but tragically, the follow-up requirements for companies today is much more dramatic than ever before. Some studies show that every lead requires 12 marketing touches every month for 1 year to optimize your chances of converting a lead into a new transaction. As a result, entrepreneurs and their employees are bogged down by repetitive tasks. If your team has to do something repeatedly, I guarantee you that an AI SDR will do it faster, cheaper, and it will never complain, and it will work 24/7 to help you achieve your revenue and profit goals. This enables you to level the playing field, and perhaps for the first time, you can compete with the big boys. I guarantee you the big boys can't make as many cold calls as you can when you employ an AI SDR. So growth is no longer a struggle. With AI, you will have 24/7 AI voice and chatbots ready to work for you. Chatbots will communicate with your prospects through text messages and email. Voice is a two-way verbal conversation that sounds very much like a human being, not robotic at all. As a matter of fact, at the end of our presentation, I'll give you a phone number that I'd like you to call and carry on a conversation with Jane. Jane is our AI virtual assistant that answers our phone, books appointments into our calendars, transfers calls, will send out proposals and quotes when requested, literally does everything that a front desk receptionist or an inside salesperson will do, but she does it without complaint 24/7, 365. And we have automated lead follow-up and appointment bookings. So your team will have more time to sell because we're going to take away the administrative function of prospecting. And we refer to prospecting as searching for someone who wants to buy. You'll be freed up to think strategically as opposed to dealing with day-to-day fires that small to medium businesses tend to have to put out repetitively. You'll be able to compete effectively for large deals with large companies, and imagine what would happen to your top and bottom line were you able to compete, just compete, for every decision in your market. Now, if you are competing for every decision right now, my hat's off to you. My experience is most businesses don't contest all the decisions, and frequently they show up at a new account, and what's the old phrase? A day late and a dollar short. We eliminate that. Another example of what AI can do is it manages your Google reviews. If you are one of the companies that can benefit from Google reviews, we'll have an AI SDR manage that for you. And an example of the two circumstances are displayed on your screen. Without AI, this company got 11 Google reviews. With it, it got 95. You see, we'll train an AI SDR to follow up on every transaction, every customer service interaction, every interaction with every one of your customers and prospects all of the time, and ask them for reviews through the Google review process. That in and of itself generated an extra, help with my math, about $170,000 in revenue for the company that employed that. But our average business can expect anywhere from 20 to 45% increase in revenue from adopting AI. And that is going to be the payoff for you. For an extraordinarily low month-to-month money-back guaranteed investment, you can get a 20 to 45% increase in your top line. And just ask yourself, what would happen to your top and bottom line were you able to at least, just at bare minimum, contest every decision in your market? This is an example of a small business, a professional organization, podiatry clinic, that launched our AI chat capability. So the AI was able to communicate with her prospective patients very early in their decision cycle. The AI answered the phone, it sent out information, it answered questions, it booked appointments. That gave the clinic real-time engagement, improving patient communication. All of that drove more revenue into her top line and more profit into her bottom line. We also implement a variety of workflow automations, and you can see one schematic over on the right-hand side of your screen. But the AI will assign a salesperson based on your rules, territory description, size of account, whatever your rules are. We will activate various products based on responses. And it's important for me to point out that should you utilize one of our AI SDRs for cold outreach, we can utilize our multi-channel prospecting modality to send text messages, cold email, and or phone calls, cold calls. Our system will understand your prospect's response. If your prospects respond in writing, the system will read the response and make a decision based on rules to assign that response to a follow-up category that's appropriate. At the end of the day, you get pervasive coverage of every opportunity that is viable, that is currently looking for solutions, products, or services like that which you produce. Our AI chatbots are a perfect remedy to onboarding and training issues for new employees, as well as customer service issues. If you or any member of your team is bogged down with repetitive questions being phoned in or texted in, the chatbot is an excellent solution for that. We have a client here in Los Angeles that runs an insurance agency, and they had a full-time employee working at the front desk answering questions from their clients regarding the various automobile policies, etc. And we built a chatbot for that situation, and now the phone is answered by an AI SDR. The AI SDR has been trained to recognize questions or comments like, I have to talk about my bill, or I'd like to talk about claims, or can I do this, that, or the other thing. Based on that input, the AI makes decisions to either transfer the call to the appropriate department within our client's company or send out the appropriate documentation. Now, the benefit to our client is that full-time employee is no longer bogged down answering the same question 100 times per day, and maybe I'm exaggerating, but she is now participating in the growth of that agency by helping to facilitate outbound marketing activity, insurance packages, etc. So her satisfaction with her job has gone up, our client's revenue has gone up, and the AI SDR is doing the work that, frankly, most of their employees did not want to do. If you have a situation like that, we need to talk as soon as possible. Probably the biggest advance in technology is voice bots. As I said a moment ago, our technology can place up to 10,000 calls per day. It can handle 1,800 inbound calls simultaneously and have a conversational dialogue with every one of those in and or outbound calls. We qualify the prospects utilizing the time-tested BANT theory: budget, authority, need, and timing. We'll train your voice bots to ask prospects what's their budget, who's in charge, and have they done a decision like you're looking for in the past, what's the need, and what's the timing. We also have the ability to interface our information into your current CRM system. So as I said a minute ago, your people will never go to training because there's no need for them to ever operate the computer system. This is a done-for-you service. We do all the work. But the bot will put appointments and updates into your CRM system, so whatever you're currently using, your team will continue to use. This provides you with the ability to deal with your customers 24/7, 365. We have a manufacturing client in New York that had a problem covering the West Coast after their East Coast hours shut down the building. They were contemplating hiring an additional shift of telephone inside salespeople to answer calls. We said, why don't we set up a series of bots to do that? And now orders are being called in, conversations are being conducted, our bots check our client's inventory, and they fulfill orders and print out information needed for the shipping department to ship the products the next day. All done without any human interaction, 24/7, 365. So now our client has actually posted on their website that they're open 24 hours a day. And I guess if you put quotes around that word open, that's true. And that will trigger automated workflows. We build this into your CRM system, so there's no change or any issues going on in that regard. We will work with you to develop campaigns to build compelling messages to get your prospects to wind up at least considering you. The number one goal of our AI SDRs is to reinforce your value propositions. We also optimize local SEO, and this is all done automatically in the background. Your reputation will be managed and improved by a bot responding to any and all comments and reviews that are placed by customers. We also will manage your social media marketing. We will post on a daily basis, if you'd like, on up to 9 different social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it, and that will provide you with the input that you would like without having to hire additional staff. So in summation, we produce results that are very valuable and very easy from your point of view to do. Number one, we will increase the amount of available sales time. Remember, your team only has 173 hours available to them per calendar month if you're involved with business-to-business selling to make sales calls. Do you want your people engaged with prospects that are interested, qualified, and nurtured, or do you want them searching to find those prospects? We advocate allowing an AI SDR to do the searching and let your salespeople do the selling, because that's where they earn their commissions and bonuses and you earn your profit and revenue. Our average client increases their top line by 36%. And remember, we guarantee on a money-back basis your satisfaction regarding revenue and top line increase. You will be able, because of the amount of service you can provide to your customers, to get your customers to like your company better. That will actually produce an increase in lifetime value per customer. Morale of your entire team will go up because we reduce and in many cases eliminate what they consider busy work. So let me tell you how we work with our clients. First and foremost, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to send you a link to my calendar, and I encourage you to schedule a discovery call. Let's spend 15 to 30 minutes on the phone to discuss your specific needs, goals, and challenges. If it makes sense for both of us to move forward, we will then put together a scope of work and provide it to you for your review and approval. Assuming you approve that scope of work, we will then work on integrating our technology into your current systems seamlessly. Again, we will not ask your people to get training or manage any additional technology. This is a done-for-you service. And we don't just get the system up and running and then disappear. We will work with you on a monthly basis to make sure that the system is producing optimum results. So I encourage you to go to salesautopilot.net and give the test drive an opportunity. Or even better, just call 530-684-1473 and talk to Jane. Again, that's our artificial intelligence SDR that answers the phone and will answer any and all questions that you have. Or you can email me, gil@salesautopilot.net. I want to thank you very much for your time and your attention, and I look forward to adding your name to our rapidly growing list of satisfied, profitable clients.